Hello, my friends. Today's video is about the purpose of the highly sensitive person. There are many purposes, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be talking about the purpose of shedding light on a tribal wound, on a family dynamic that's been going on forever, that you're feeling into, and you're probably being gaslit out of. Watch this video. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please click the little subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, as always, thank you so much and welcome back. I just got off my Truth Room Tribe monthly membership call, and there was just an insanely awesome conversation about being highly sensitive. Sorry, I need some gloss. And we did a little clearing for someone. It's funny, I don't know if I've mentioned this before in this platform, but I've noticed as this paradigm is shifting and as you do more and more inner work, my personal gift has been really growing and expanding. And one of the things that's happening to me, which I've got to share because it's still there, is I'm starting to feel into people's wounding and feel into the subconscious in other people. And so during this call, I started feeling like this really strong hold on my throat, and I felt like I couldn't even talk, and it's still there. It's leaving. And I asked the woman who was sharing if there was something about her not being able to tell the truth. And after a moment, she said, yeah, when I was 7, I saw my dad cheating on my mom, and I wasn't able. He told me to never tell the truth, and I'm having this really, really big experience with this. And I said, oh, thank God that's what it was. We need to release it for you right now. And what she's been afraid of her whole life, because she was only 7, is that if she told her truth, she would die. That's how she felt. And I said, actually, it's not your truth that you need to be afraid of. It's your dad's. And we need to release you right now. And it was super profound. And so I'm sharing this because the highly sensitive child or highly sensitive person, right, is the one in the family who holds the family trauma and thinks it's their own. And what we do because of that is we then attract relationship dynamics where we take over responsibility of someone else's wounding. We take the shame away from a narcissist. We take the wounding away from an abuser. We take the emotion of another who doesn't know how to feel it on their own, who is denying it. And what we do is we sit in that feeling so that the feeling is taken from them and denied within us. And so part of the issue with highly sensitive people is we constantly blame ourselves and think there's something wrong with us. But ultimately what you're doing is you're feeling what's wrong in another that they won't acknowledge, and it's projected onto you. So the purpose of being highly sensitive is to shift that dynamic as you awaken to the truth of who you are. And as you start to ask questions. Today, the way I walked my client through this was, what is the truth you're afraid to share? That's what got her to this feeling she's having of, oh, it's not me, it's this secret I'm holding on to, right? So when you can feel it in your body, I want you to ask that pain in your stomach or in your head or wherever your pain is, whose pain is this? Because the message is really confusing. When we're a child before the age of 8, when we're doing this emotional imprint, right? When we're a child and we feel these things, we take them on as our things, and they never are. We're innocent children. And part of the work I'm working on right now with building my shadow work course is getting to the piece of us that was the innocent victim to someone else's wounding. When people don't do their inner work, we take it on. We think it's us that needs to do the inner work. Then we react to this feeling. Now it's our problem, right? Do you see how that goes? One of the biggest dynamics I see with a highly sensitive child is you're reacting because of this shit you're feeling in your family or in your world or in your environment. And because you're reacting to it, The problem gets pinned on you instead of the original wound. The problem isn't you, but since you're reacting to it, now you're the issue because of your behavior. You're the issue because of your coping mechanism. Do you see how that's blame shifting? Do you see how that's projecting? It's a huge problem. So many highly sensitive people come to me, and at the end of our healing together, they realize it was never their healing that needed to be done, but they were healing for a generational wound, a tribal experience, a tribal wound that got passed down from a grandparent that didn't know how to feel, that would get triggered by their kid feeling, so they didn't allow their kid to feel, that would be triggered by them, you not letting your kid feel, because anytime your kid would be highly sensitive, it would trigger the part in you that never got to be sensitive. And the wound continues until we end the wound. How do we end this cycle? The highly sensitive one is the one that's going to get to do this, because you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and you can't ignore what you feel like everyone else. And so what you need to do is first look at the truth that no one wants to look at. It's not you that is the problem. There is nothing wrong with you. The thing that has been told is wrong with you is that you're aware and you're feeling things that you don't want to feel, that no one else wants to admit. Because they think if they admit it, they will drown this death of self-hate. And it's just not true. When we look at the reality, when we validate the feelings, we set ourselves free. But we're so afraid to look at those feelings because we weren't allowed to feel them. So we start to get triggered when others are feeling. So what you need to do is allow yourself to go into that feeling and first understand it's safe to do that. Because what I find out and what I discover is not ever going to validate a truth that there's something wrong with me. It's going to validate a truth that I have not been willing to see. That uncertainty has kept you away from your deepest level of healing. And so I'm going to guarantee that what you discover when you go into that scary feeling is not what you're afraid of discovering. It's something much different. And you just have to have the courage to allow yourself to feel so that you can heal. If you want help on this journey, please look into the links below. Please make sure to subscribe to my newsletter to hear about weekly insights about emotional wound healing. And please share this video with anyone you think it could help or help shift into more of their truth. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great week.